Hey, everybody, this is Munson Steed, and welcome to the Culture Club. And here on the Culture Club, we talk about what makes Black culture the best culture. In it, we highlight those individuals who are creating moments that will purvey our culture, our consciousness, and families, friends, and entire communities forward by understanding that there is a legacy and a tradition of greatness and excellence in our community. Joining me today is Dr. Barge, MD. Thank you so much. How are you today?
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
What up, though?
Oh, I'm just enjoying this beautiful day here in Detroit, Michigan. It's 55 degrees. The sun is shining. So it is a wonderful day
In February.
in February.
The Detroit, one of my favorite cities in the United States, clearly one of the creative capital, intellectual capitals of these United States for Black and African American people. There's something special happening. It's happened for a while there. Can you give us an idea of why and how the things I'm talking about and didn't name?
Sure. So I am happy to represent a nonprofit organization here in Detroit called the Cotillion Society of Detroit Educational Foundation. One of our signature programs is the Debutante Club. So this is our 14th year hosting debutante balls in Detroit. So we're very proud of that legacy that we're building and very excited to present 29 young ladies to society in April.
The what tradition for those who were in Black History Month, clearly the idea of being a Black debutante, what's taught, what's in the making, why is it a tradition that Black culture has embraced, and truly, what do we instill and share? If you can share the inside and kind of open up that window into the beautiful society that in we're topic
Sure.
today.
Absolutely. So historically, a debutante was a young lady who had reached the age of maturity and was being presented by her family to the community to let them know that she was eligible to be married. We have since taken that basic premise and extrapolated the best out of that, where we allow young women to be presented to polite society, but for a different reason. Not to say that they're ready to be married, but to simply acknowledge all of their accomplishments and everything that they have done thus far to reach the level of being a young lady in society.
When we say polite society, for those who may not have ever heard that term, have no idea what we're bringing forth, what would you and how would you define
I
polite?
would define polite society as our community, in this case, our Black community, knowing that these young ladies have been trained and presented with different cultural exposures to make them understand the real necessity of giving back to the community as they continue to mature.
When you say that, what are the cultural nuances that these 29 debutantes that are now in line to be introduced to society, what practice, what tradition, what are they now kind of sharpened and shaped with based on those who are associated with this particular foundation and with bringing debutantes forward into our community?
Absolutely. So we spend about 6 months of a young lady's junior or senior year of high school, and we have them undergo different workshops and training sessions on etiquette. That includes dining etiquette, social etiquette, professional etiquette, just how to be a kind and polite young person. In addition to those etiquette workshops, and that's the majority of their debutante season, they also have cultural outings to the Detroit Institute of Art, the African American Museum. The girls have a special outing to see the Alvin Ailey dance troupe that's coming up in March. And so we take the opportunity for them to continue to bond as sisters, as debutante sisters, as they're learning and exposing themselves to all of the beautiful culture here in the city of Detroit. In addition to that, the young ladies take part in several community service activities over the course of their debutante season, again, emphasizing to them the necessity to be a contributor to their community, and that they have to, it's just a requirement that as they continue to mature and develop into young adults, that they keep that at the forefront of their mind. How can I give of my talents and gifts that God has given me to return this to other people in my community? The young ladies also receive career encouragement and inspiration from our board of trustees, all of whom are college graduates. So we do a lot of talk about college and their college decisions. We also match the young ladies with the mentor in their desired career field. And so we are just absolutely ecstatic about the process that these 29 young girls have gone through to reach their formal debut happening in April.
When you imagine this now as you're taking both the lead and inspiring these young women, what do you want to say to society and to those who be watching and wondering, what can we share with young girls that aren't or maybe not have the opportunity to go through this process? What should we as a community set as some expectations, and how can they too begin to expose their young ladies to these activities?
I think that the biggest advantage that has come out of the COVID pandemic is our link to technology and all of that which affords us in the way of technology. So even if you're not able to go to some of these locations in person, you may be able to visit them by way of technology. There are so many virtual platforms available. And we know that the public library has access to computers and Wi-Fi. So that's one avenue where you can still garner some of these same experiences without having to go through a formal program like the Debutante Club.
When someone thinks about mentorship, what is the value of introducing a young person, even as early as junior year, to someone in a field that their relationship, just for any moms or dads that may not know, here's a methodology to and why mentoring and finding that mentor, even if it's a shadow day, to ask somebody in a field that they're interested, if they can just shadow them. Why is that important?
I think the number one reason why that is so critical is because it demonstrates to the young person that they too can achieve what this mentor has already achieved. It also allows the mentor to give back and let them know by way of encouragement, direct contact, and engagement that yes, if I was able to become a physician, you can absolutely become a physician or anything that you dream of. So I think that's really the number one benefit to mentorship. It's just another affirmation that yes, if you really believe it, you can absolutely achieve it. And I do believe that wholeheartedly.
When you think about the fact that you have literally served as a physician, why is community and culture so important to you?
So as I grew up in Pontiac, Michigan, there were so many people who poured into me and my development. I lost my mom at an early age. I was only 9 years old. And there were many teachers throughout my matriculation through middle school and high school who really just treated me as if I was their own daughter. And that type of love and encouragement really stayed with me. And so as I went on to Spelman College, I was very active with campus organizations that took community service as important as the community had given me. And so as I graduated from college and went on to Meharry Medical School, I again placed community service at the forefront of my life. And I just find it a natural requirement. It's just needed. And I feel that I wouldn't be where I am today if other people had not given me so much. And I feel that I need to do the same.
When you think about Spelman College and young ladies who are thinking about college, what would you suggest they do as preparation to really understand that college is something that they can obtain and what they get from college that they wouldn't if they don't attend?
So a lot of different careers, it's required that you have a college degree. And so as you, as a young person, is trying to figure out exactly where their passions lie, what they may be interested in their life looking like, then they have to really take that into consideration that if I want to be a dentist, then I need to, one, start researching what it takes to become a dentist. And that's another point where mentorship becomes critically important, because you have a live person who can tell you right away, it requires A, B, C, D, and E for the basics. And so as you're thinking about going to college, you have to know that if so many people have done it, you can too. And I really do believe that, because sometimes I'll hear young people say, oh my goodness, that just sounds so hard. I can't do that. I'm like, yes, you can. And I'm living proof that you can. So I think going to college, one, serves the prerequisite that some of these professional careers require for you to undergo. And then secondly, college gives you a time and a space to explore. So you don't have to enter college knowing exactly what you want to do with your life. This is the perfect platform to try something new. Try something you hadn't considered before as you feel your way into what really excites you. And my third thing about going to college is that it puts you in a setting where everybody on campus is essentially doing the same thing. So you instantly have a network of people who are there to uplift you and encourage you and remind you that you're there for a reason and that you can make it through. So at least those are the lessons that I got out of going to college. And I just had a fantastic time at Spelman.
When you think about these debutantes and now they have made 28 new friends, how do you see that glue kind of connecting them to this process? And how does it relate to your experience both at Spelman and Meharry in connecting that network as a continuum as it relates to life?
So every situation that I've been in, I've been fortunate to have a village of support friends. And so the Debutante Club is no different. Here you are experiencing a unique set of life experiences with this organization, and all of you are glued together by that common life experience. The same as it would be if you were to go off to college and you have your group of friends, you're all experiencing your college education in a similar fashion. So that glue sticks with you. Some of my very best friends date back to my college experience. And the same as when you're out of school and you're just living in your community, your neighbors may become that glue. And so I think that none of us can live a very fruitful life alone. So having this network and starting in high school, how fortunate you are to have 28 debutante sisters that are yours. They're uniquely yours for life. I think it's a blessing.
Just when a young lady, can you describe kind of the run of show for those of us who've never seen it and the feeling that you get when you see those young ladies sitting for those pictures, having gone through what they've experienced, this wonderful program?
Every year without fail, I just have a sense of goosebumps going down my spine on the day of the actual cotillion. The young ladies are dressed in white. I call them Cinderella ball gowns. They're poofy at the bottom, so it really looks like a princess. And in this case, we will have 29 princesses. They are also adorned with their mothers and fathers, or father figures or mother figures, who are also dressed in formal wear. They have male escorts who are dressed in tuxedos. And so everyone is looking their finest and very dapper. And the confidence that is exuded just in the attire alone is incredible. So the energy is great and everyone is festive. So the run of show for the actual program, each young lady is escorted by their presenter. They enter the ballroom. We have hosted this event for 13 of the 14 years at the Masonic Temple in their crystal ballroom. So the feeling of grandeur and elegance is an automatic component of that space inside the Masonic Temple. The young ladies enter the room to a string quartet playing Satin Doll. They then greet their mother figure and give her flowers to say, as a gesture of saying thank you for bringing me into this world and raising me. They are then continued to be escorted to the stage where their accolades are read aloud to the audience. And then they take a grand curtsy all the way to the floor as a symbol of, I am here, I am a young, mature young lady, and I'm ready to give back to my community and serve. After which there are a series of dances, ballroom waltz dances, that the young ladies will undergo with their male escort and their father figure. And then the culmination for our program is a very special song, Hello, Detroit. It's like welcoming the young ladies to Detroit society and saying, hello, Detroit.
It sounds exquisite and very majestic and the best of Black culture. Well, Doctor, I want to thank you for coming on the Culture Club. I really have enjoyed knowing and participating and following you. I will definitely share some of the images and definitely look forward to your continued love for providing culture and cultural insights for not only this generation, but future generations to come.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you.
Thank you.